guys, okay? All right, so birds that swim instead of fly. This is what is called a document-based questions. So we're going to read this document, and Mrs. Hartwell didn't make the mistake of printing them front and back. Sorry about the last one, guys. I'll make sure I don't do that again. So we're going to read this article, and then we're going to use this information here to answer these questions between the article and this to answer questions. Now, this is something that you do on the SBAC. So when we take the test, I want you to be able to know how to use your document to answer questions. Okay? So, like the SBAC, you guys will have the ability to hear the story read to you. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and read. Emperor penguins are birds, but they cannot fly. Instead, they swim. They use their wings as flippers to move through the water. They swim in the icy seas around Antarctica. When they are in the water, they stay in big groups. They call each other. Being in a group keeps them safe from the leopard seals that want to eat them. 2. Adult emperor penguins are about the same size as you. They are about 4 feet tall and weigh about 70 pounds. When penguins are on shore, they gather in big groups called rookeries. Rookeries may have thousands of penguins. There the penguins pick their mates. In the winter, when it is dark and very, very cold, each mother penguin lays one egg on the ice. The father quickly pulls the egg into an opening near his feet called a brood patch. Then the mothers leave to find fish, krill, and squid to eat. They stay out at sea for 2 months. During that time, the fathers stay close together to keep from getting too cold. They also have a layer of fat to keep them warm. They must stand over their eggs for 2 months without ever leaving them. During that time, they eat no food. They must live off of their body fat. After the egg hatches, the chick stays in the father's brood pouch. This keeps it warm. At last, the mothers return with food for the chicks. They spit up food they have eaten. They spit the food into the baby penguins' hungry mouths. When their mothers tuck them in, then the mothers tuck them into their own brood pouches. After 4 months, the chicks can swim and get their own food. Krill is a tiny shrimp-like crustacean. All right, so you read this. Now, emperor penguin's food for every 100 meals. 95% of it is fish. 3% of it is squid. 2% of it is krill. So, which animal wants to eat the emperor penguin? So, which animal on here wants to eat the emperor penguin? Sajay? Can you read where does it say it in the story? Tell me. Tell me where you can find it in the story. First paragraph. Very good. Can you read the sentence that supports your answer? Yeah, you said leopard seal. Okay, in here, tell me in this one, tell me the sentence that supports your answer. Very good. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Using your text to support your answers. So number 2. How are emperor penguins like other birds? they fly, they build nests, or they lay eggs. Find your answer in your text, and I'm going to call on one of you, so don't just sit there. And Sajay, you can keep reading and working ahead, but sorry, your hands are now led. You can't answer any more questions. Okay, Andre, can you give me the answer to number 2 and tell me why you chose that answer? How do you, okay, so why'd you choose that answer? I'm not saying it's a wrong answer, I just want to know why you chose it. Where? That's paragraph 3, sweetheart. Okay, so yeah. But do they fly?
No.
Where does it say that? Because they are birds, right? They fly, right?
No.
No. Why not? Okay, so tell me why. Where did you find your answer?
Oh, no, I just
Honey, okay. What I would like you to do is tell me, where does it say that they don't fly? And I would look at paragraph 1.
right here in the first part.
Read it.
Emperor penguins are birds, but they cannot fly. Instead, they swim.
Why? What do they use their wings for?
As flippers.
Right. Do they build nests?
No.
How do you know?
Because
Yeah, sweetheart. You know. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. How do you know that they don't build nests? Well, what does it say? So you read it to me before when you said that they laid an egg.
yeah,
Where do they lay their eggs?
on the icy part.
Is that a nest?
No.
No.
Ice.
It's ice.
Yeah.
And then what does the father penguin do?
Just stand over it.
Does he stand over it or does he scoop it up somewhere?
No.
Look at it.
No, he pulls it in his feet.
And it pulls it into his pouch, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what I'm saying, guys. They're going to ask you to explain your thoughts and your reasoning. You can't just say, I don't know. You know. You're smart. You need to start believing in yourselves. You're smart. You can do this. So you are absolutely right. The thing is they lay eggs. Now, this is where you're making an inference. What would the male penguin most likely do when his mate brings food for the baby? What do you think he's going to do, Stephen?
Go get to the sea and get his own food.
Why do you think he would do that?
Oh, and then he keeps the baby in his cold.
Okay, so let's look at paragraph 4 because I think your first answer was probably closer. Because what happens after the mama feeds the penguin? Feeds the baby penguin. They spit up the food that they have eaten. What do the mommies do with the baby penguins afterwards? Right. So he doesn't. Does the papa penguin doesn't keep it, right? Nope. He doesn't steal the baby's food, right? That would make him a pretty rotten dad, wouldn't it? So I think you're right. Because how long has he gone without food? For 2 months. 2 months, no food. Then remember, he has that layer of fat that he lives off of. So now he's got to go get some more. All right. Let's look at number 4, and we're going to do number 4 together. Emperor penguins eat more krill than any other food. True or false? False. Okay, why? Go on, Sean.
They eat more fish.
Okay, because how much fish do they eat?
95%.
All right. So, what would happen to the emperor penguin if something caused all of the squid in their area to die? What would happen? So, let's look at the food. Let's look at the thing. So, squid is what percentage? 3%. If all of the squid died, no more squid, what would happen to their diet? What would happen to them? They would have to what? Reven, what do you think they'd have to do?
Eat more fish.
Eat more fish. Okay, they would have to eat more fish or eat more krill, right? They would have to adjust their diet. Okay, so if all of the squid died, they would have to eat more fish or krill. Can you guys see that okay? There, is that better? All right, so this last one is your opinion. Do you think it's good that the emperor penguins have just one baby each year? Why or why not? So, how long does it take? How long is the baby penguin with daddy? 2 months. How long is he with mommy? 2 more months, right. That's 4 months. So, what do you guys think? You think it's good? So he's got 4 months that baby needs both parents. Because daddy has to go out and eat, right? So what do you think? You think it's good that they have one baby each year or not? Or think they could have more babies each year? Okay, go ahead, write your answer, and once you're done, you may turn in your paper.